All right, y'all, we are going to go into an absolute blitz right now. I got an email this morning saying that they were looking for scripts of novel adaptations. So I got together all of the things I could for a synopsis and a logline and a summary, and maybe I'll share that with you at another time. But right now, I'm just going to write as much as I can, as fast as I can. So thankfully, while I had some quiet time, I went through the next 3+ chapters, printed out a nice big copy of it, highlighted yellow for dialogue, pink for something I'll actually write in the script, like maybe an action line, and then I'll eventually probably go through with blue because some of it's like stuff you can't really capture right away, but it's important, an important line, that kind of thing, or concept in the novel. So what I'm going to do right now is just go page by page and try to copy down as much as quickly as I can. So I'm really going to be forgiving. This is just going to be getting the basics down. I'm just going to, like, normally I stop and I explain why I'm like considering every connotation to every word. I'm not going to do that this time. I'm going to try to go as quickly as I can. Also, because I want to have dinner and I've been working all day. So we'll see how quickly we can do this. Maybe this will be a good technique because I think it'll be easy to edit later. But for right now, I'm just going to copy as close as I can. So I also want to let you at least see what pages I'm working on. I know you won't see like a highlighted version like I'm looking at, but still, so you can at least have an idea of where we're at in the book. So starting off, this should be chapter 4. Yep. So there's this kind of funny line about how Sim thinks that. Let me see here. Turning on my do not disturb for a moment. Okay, Sim thinks they're going on a picnic while they're leaving. So Sim and Yancey, Saber and Yancey are sitting. Um, okay, so Yancey sits in one wagon with Sim, their 4-year-old boy. He bounces excitedly in his seat. They're basically unable to stop. Finishes packing. Yancey. Oh, I haven't even introduced Yancey, so that's gonna be that tricky thing, isn't it? But Yancey, tall, dark, and handsome. That's all I'm gonna say. Finishes packing up a cart full of newspaper equipment. Sim, their 4-year-old son, their 4-year-old boy, runs in circles excitedly. A little redundant probably, but alright, so instead of that, they're kind of running around. Sim, he has a lot of things he's kind of hollering out while they're, why don't we go? Nearby, Felice Venable, a crotchety but proud Southern matron. Crotchety insists on handing Sabra a box of fine cutlery. And then Saber's gonna say, like, Mom, come on. Mama, you don't understand. Yancey says there's very little society, which will be important for later. Society. Let me see, make sure I'm okay. There's a really funny part where it talks about how, like, the mom is like, Felice is just like moping around the house, and then she realizes she's not getting enough attention, so that she just kind of gives up a little bit, and then comes back down, and complains about, like, oh, you're not going to bring that. Oh, you're not going to not bring this. So we'll maybe see if we can put in some of that humor later. But this is a direct quote here. Very little society. It's all quite rough and unsettled. Let's even take that. Wild. Almost. And then Felice gets to jump in here with a very charming line. That need prevents you from remembering. Is there any way I can trim that a little bit? We'll keep it for now. Cut it later. Prevent you from remembering you're a lady, I hope. I'll probably break that up with more action later so they can kind of be more of like a pass and a kerfuffle and all this stuff. But for right now, I'm just going to kind of probably get right to the quote. Unless you're to be one of those hags in a sunbonnet and no teeth that Nancy seems to have taken such a fancy to. Yeah, so I'll definitely want to quote that up, or cut that up, sorry, so it's not just this big hunk. I think there's a lot of funny dialogue lines we could put in here. I hope. Well, if we already know we're going to do it, let's see if we can do anything here. Having deposited the box, Felice starts messing with Sabra's collar. Something like that. Sabra's already dressed really nice, so we'll probably want to put that in there too. Too nice for travel in a way. Okay, so we've got that. Okay. Let's see here. Exterior, the Venables. Okay. Sabra takes the box. Looks at her sternly, but takes the box to store in the other cart. Sabra climbs deftly into the front seat of the cart and grabs the reins. I kind of want to introduce Cousin Dabney here too. Maybe we can leave a comment of some kind. Can I do that in here? Insert script note. Is that what I'm doing? Intro Dabney too, because then we'll see him later. But he's not technically explicitly in this part. Okay. Grabs the reins. Where's little Isaiah? He was so sad he couldn't come along. And now he's... Felice waves her hand disinterestedly. Okay, so that's important because he's gonna beg. So basically, they're gonna be on their way after this. There's a funny line too where Saber talks about how she was gonna do this big dramatic like goodbye, like in a movie or whatever, but she kind of forgets to in all the riding along. Does she even say goodbye to her mom? I don't think they explicitly have her say goodbye. Yancey climbs up into the front of his cart and lifts Sim up next to him. Sim, let's give him another one of his like yeehaws. Giddy up. Goliath. What the fuck is he saying? Get up. Whoa. Get up. Get up in here. Whoa. That's kind of a combination of a couple of things he says. Yancey starts off the train and Sabra gets her cart moving behind his. And she'll have some kind of a being so focused on the road ahead, she forgot to turn around and wave one last time. So I technically can't say an action that's not happening. Don't mind the mess behind me. But again, for all intents and purposes, we're just going to start out with a little bit more style for now. We can follow a little more rules later, but it's something that's going to be easy for me to remember and come back to. Okay, so... Oh, I'm out of order here. That's not next. That's not next either. Oh, no. We are missing some pages. Oh, it's right up here. Okay. Oh, okay. Why don't we go? Giddy up. Okay. Okay, reins in one arm. Okay, so now later, let's do exterior of the plains, sunset. Sabra jolts along in her cart with Sim asleep in her lap. Okay. Yancey pulls his cart over to stop, so she does the same. They both get out. Sabra holding Sim. They both get out. Sim suddenly very awake and excited to run around. Okay, then we have Yancey. We'll camp here. Then she has a funny line where she's like, "What?" And then and then he has a funny line where he's like, "Where do you think we were going? Back home?" But he said something nice first, which I feel like I should include, which is, "I'll have a fire before you can say Jack Robinson." He walks over to the back of her cart to look through supplies. She looks around in tired shock. Where did you think you were going to sleep? Back home? She looks around more determined now. Well, get out the rug. I don't want Sim sitting on the wet ground. As Yancey pulls at the rug, he struggles briefly, then gets it to the ground with a thud. They all look down as the rug wiggles, then unfurls itself. Revealing a small black boy, Isaiah. Okay, and that's that part. He found a way to come along with him after all. Okay, I'm going to take a break because I should eat dinner, but that was already one chapter right there, and already a couple beats of our outline, right? We did this, we did Leaving the Venables, and we did Isaiah Stows Away. So, still progress, still got a lot to do. So that was like 3 pages, and I've got a lot more. It's going to be some good, important chapters, but I'm going to let myself take a little break after work. So, see you next time.